let's do this. It's about to get really real up in here. Hi guys, welcome back to Bre'sBooks, and please don't hate me. I'm going to attempt the Unpopular Opinions book tag. There are 9 questions that ask about things you might like or dislike that other people don't like or do like. You'll see. Number 1 is to state a popular book or series that you didn't like. And for me, this would be things like Wuthering Heights and The Giver. Wuthering Heights just had no characters that were likable. They were all horrible characters, horrible people. Didn't like it. It was a very slow read for me. I read it years ago. Did not like it. Especially the main 2 characters. No redeeming qualities whatsoever. Did not like that book. And another one I read that I didn't like that everybody else seems to like is The Giver. I don't know. I read this one a long time ago too, and I just thought it was weird and slow, and I didn't get it, and I don't know. Didn't do it for me, so those 2 for sure. Number 2 is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but you. And for this, I chose Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. People that have read this first book in the series or the series seem to be disappointed in it, but I really enjoyed it. At least the first one I really did. I loved the musical theater references in it, and I loved the setting, and sure, the characters, especially in the second one, were a little immature at times, but overall I still really enjoyed the series, so I'm still reading it. And then the other one I wanted to mention was Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. A lot of people were disappointed with this Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I enjoyed its uniqueness, I guess. It didn't go where I was expecting, but I kind of liked that. I kind of liked how it did something totally different and unlike any other retelling I'd read. So I enjoyed it, and not very many other people seem to have liked that book, so that's why I brought that one up. Number 3 is a love triangle that they didn't end up with the person you wanted them to, or just a one true pairing that you didn't like. And for this one, I had to go with Quentin and Margot from Paper Towns. I did not like Paper Towns when I read it several years ago when it first came out, and I didn't like Margot and Quentin being together. I didn't like Margot as a character at all. She was kind of a bad girl. She was sort of had this superiority complex, in my opinion. I don't know. She wasn't very likable to me. I didn't know why he liked her so much. So there's that. I didn't really care about that book or its characters at all. Number 4 is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. And for this one, definitely would be new adult and classics. I don't think I've yet to read a new adult book. That's just not something I like to read about, like steamy scenes and stuff like that. I don't like reading about those. There's a little bit of that in YA occasionally, but it's usually not too bad. Classics is another one that just never interests me as much as good old YA. So I'm kind of in a rut, a YA fantasy rut for the most part. Someday I might read more classics. I doubt I'll ever read new adult, but there it is. Number 5 is a popular or beloved character that you do not like. And for this one, I had to go with Laura Jean from the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. I have read this one. I have not read the sequel yet. P.S. I Still Love You. I hope to read that this month. This is the 2-book duology. I just didn't like her character in this first book. I thought she was immature and whiny a lot of the time. I liked Kitty way better than Laura Jean in this book. So there's that. Don't hate me. I didn't like this book as much as everyone else. I'm sorry. Number 6 is a popular author that you can't seem to get into, and this is Ellen Hopkins for me. I think I've only read Rumble by her. Her newest book, and I really like her writing style. I love that she writes in verse, and I think that's really interesting and cool to read through that way, but I don't like any of her content. I don't like reading about dark topics, dark subjects. I don't like reading about drugs and alcohol abuse and rape and all that stuff. I don't like reading about it. I read to escape into a happier reality, and so I don't like to read about stuff like that. So I don't think I'll be picking up any more of her books. Number 7 is a popular book trope you're tired of seeing, and for this one, it would definitely be dystopian. I couldn't care less about any more stories about the government ruling everything and controlling everyone, and, you know, the main protagonist has to, like, fight the government and try to change the world to a better tomorrow or whatever. That's been way overdone. I don't like dystopian very much at all. And the other one, just slightly smaller of an annoyance, is the brooding male lead protagonist. I just think it's been overdone. Why can't we have a cheerful, happy-go-lucky guy every once in a while? A lot of them nowadays just seem to be like moody and temperamental and bipolar. I don't know. It's a thing that needs to be refreshed into something original, I think. And number 8 is probably the one I might get the most flack for, and that is a popular series that you have no interest in reading, and the first one that came to mind was Saga for me. It's a graphic novel series that everybody who has read loves and are obsessed with. I just have no interest in reading it because I've heard it's a graphic, has adult content in it, and that's not something I feel like exposing myself to. So, and it is sci-fi as well, which is kind of on the less caring of the genres for me. So it's a sci-fi with adult content. I'm bummed that I won't be picking up that graphic novel because I do enjoy graphic novels, but the content doesn't really seem like something I would like. So there's that. And the last one, number 9. The saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? And this one, the first one I thought of for this was the Keira Knightley movie rendition of Pride and Prejudice. I enjoyed that much better than the book. I've seen the movie several times and I love it. I only read the book once and I thought it was slow and kind of boring and way too much description of the landscape and things. So yeah, I'm sorry Jane Austen fans. I have read a couple of her books. I'm still going to give her a try, but that particular book, I just enjoyed the movie better. So to each their own. I'm sure all of you have differing opinions, but don't we all? And that is the beauty of BookTube, and we can all appreciate each other's different tastes and interests, and that's great and wonderful, and I hope you still like me, and thank you so much for watching this unsettling video, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Bye!